western lands, beneath the sun, the flowers may rise in spring. The trees may bud, the waters run, the merry finches sing. Or there may be 'tis cloudless night, and swaying branches bear the elven stars as jewels white amid their branching hair. Though here at journey's end I lie, in darkness buried deep, beyond all towers strong and high, beyond all mountains steep. Above all shadows rides the sun, and stars forever dwell. I will not say the day is done, nor bid the stars farewell.
So tonight's plan was to walk about 15 miles to the next Bothy, but I left too late really, and I knew I'd left too late, I already knew it, but I got to these canal services. My key doesn't work, that's not a good thing. I need to maybe try and smuggle a new key somehow, but then again I'm only going to be on the canal for 2 days, so maybe I won't need it. But a lady let me in. I kind of convinced her because I had a key already, and it works in the toilets, it just doesn't work in the rest of it, like the drying room. So I decided I'm just going to sleep in here. It's not going to be the first bloody dryer room floor that I've slept on, pardon me, but I just think about all the crazy and weird places that I end up sleeping, and it just always makes me think of Patrick Lee Firmer, and how he says like one day he might sleep in a barn and literally the next day he'll sleep in a mansion, and that's how it feels like for me. Sometimes I end up sleeping in a graveyard or the streets of Brussels, and then other times I'm sleeping in Caesar's Palace or just a motel on Route 66, you know. It's just completely unpredictable and I love it. It's kind of hard sometimes because, you know, this isn't the most comfortable place, but I am drying out my tarp, hopefully, fingers crossed, and my clothes are just over there. Fingers crossed I'll have that all dry. But they have got dryers in here, but they only take pound coins, and I've got a £2 coin and a £1 coin, and the lady's already gone, so I can't even ask her for some change. But it's fine. I wanted to kind of clean my clothes as well, but again, I haven't got the pound coins for it, but that's fine. At least I've got somewhere inside. I don't have to stress about the rain, but I don't think it's going to rain tonight. But my bivvy is still wet, so there's no way I can get into it. And the plan tomorrow, I'm going to try and get to either the first or the second Bothy. So I'm either going to be doing 12 miles tomorrow, or I'm going to be doing 32 miles. We'll see how I feel when I wake up, and whether I get disturbed in the middle of the night. But to be honest with you, I doubt it. doesn't seem to be very busy now. So I was going to go out there and drink a beer, but the midges is too bad, so I'm sat here on the floor drinking a beer. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad I bought some beer.
Oh, good morning. It's about 5:30 in the morning. You can't see me. I guess it's still waiting for the sun to shine a little bit, I guess. But yeah, the floor wasn't particularly comfortable last night, but it's better than waking up wet. And yeah, I feel like this is finally where I start pushing really north on the final leg of my journey. And yeah, this is going to be the first of very, very long days now. We'll give it a go, see what happens.
Right, I'm up. That's why I slept last night. Not even a sleeping bag, because my sleeping bag was drying off. There's my bivvy. I had it like suspended, I suppose. Top's more or less dry. This stuff is kind of dry, so it was kind of worth doing it, I think. Socks aren't dry, boots won't be dry. They're going to take forever to dry, I think. But if I can get it to the Bothy tonight, I can probably have a fire and I can get whatever I didn't dry today tonight. So, oh boy. Hopefully I'll sleep better tonight in the Bothy. So, this light kept turning on all night, and usually I can just block it out with my hat, but it makes a really big loud sound when it turns. It's like it just kept waking me up. Not to mention, you know, someone could have walked in at any moment, so that woke me up as well. So I haven't really slept very well at all. But let's see what I can do today.
I don't know if you can see the changes that have come over me in these last few days. I've been afraid that I might drift away, so I've been telling old stories, singing songs that make me think about where I came from. That's the reasons why I seem so far away today. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and now I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had. Oh, and I have moved and I've kept on moving. I've proved the points that I needed proving.
I just had a nice little nap on that little boat over there.
Losing. Found others on the way. Oh, and I have tried and I've kept on trying. Stolen dreams, yes, there's no denying. I have travelled hard with conscience flying somewhere with the wind. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, and now I'm going. If I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. sitting here before the fire, the empty room, the forest choir, the flames that couldn't get any higher. Well, they were withered, now they've gone. But I'm steady thinking, my way is clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow. When the hands are shaken and the kisses float, well, I will disappear. Oh, and let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. But if I should become a stranger, you know that it would make me more than sad. Caledonia's been everything I've ever had.
Following my original plan to find the Bothy in the middle of the mountains backfired on me when I ended up finding myself in the dark on my own without a torch. It's easy in this situation for your mind to start playing tricks on you. It's completely dark now, and I've just I just got this kind of like awakening realization that I am absolutely and completely alone. Listen. Not a sound. Not even a car. Not even a dog. Nothing. I am literally in the middle of nowhere in the dark. Luckily, this road is very easy to follow and it's very white, so I can see the road pretty well. You can't see the road, but I can, and that's what's important. So yeah, I was really wrong. I'm actually climbing a bloody hill, an actual hill, to get to that Bothy. It's knackering, but at least I'll have somewhere dry to stay, because it looks like there's a few black clouds up there, but I guarantee, no my luck, probably a beautiful dry night. Creepiest thing I've done now, and I've slept in a graveyard and 2 churches. Okay, you can't see shit because I can't see shit, but after a massive struggle of walking over a dark moor and like horrible dark boggy moor, I realised I've got to try and cross a river, and shit, this is really dangerous, like completely dangerous, and my phone's on 5%, so I'm shitting myself now, literally, but I think I can see it. It's too dark to actually tell for definite, but I think I can see it, so I'm just going to try and cross this. Wish me luck. Okay, I made it across the river. It wasn't too difficult, and it's just led me to a trail. Shit. I'm shitting myself. Okay, I found the Bothy, but I can't actually show you because my phone's too low on battery, and I can't even use the torch, so the only thing I have is matches, because my other torch fell in a river a little while ago and I've just not replaced it, so I'm a bit of an idiot, but yeah, at least I found it. It was a massive hard thing to do, but at least I found it. we have light. Not a lot of light, but some light. Ah, sweet. I've left loads of tinder. No logs though, I don't see. Okay. Just gonna try and sort myself out now. Got me fire going. Got me beer. Now it's worth it. That was really hard to get here. Definitely gone like out of my way by 4 miles, and I'm gonna have to go 4 miles back. But I'm quite happy here in this tiny little space of my own, watching my fire and drinking my beer. Absolutely isolated. Just kind of thinking about why I did this walk and everything I've seen on this walk, and how I can't believe it's nearly over. And yeah, I don't know, it's just hard. It's hard to believe that I'm nearly finished. And I keep thinking, what if I didn't stop at John O'Groats? What if I went beyond John O'Groats? There's 2 other islands above England and Scotland, the Orkney Islands and the Shetland Islands. What if I walked those as well? Maybe I'll do that.
Good morning. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning, so I accidentally slept in. But my justification is I walked 32 miles yesterday. I didn't get to bed until like 1, probably 2 actually. So I think I deserved it a bit. Also, to be honest with you, it's better to sleep in here where I'm not going to get disturbed by anybody, because I'm in the middle of literally nowhere, than well, trying to sleep in my tent where people are going to be walking past, and I could be wet anyway. So at least I had a night inside. It's kind of cold in here now, but whatever. And yeah, so I'm going to get up now, have some breakfast and just go. I don't know if I'm going to make it into Inverness, because it's quite late now. It's 5 hours later than I was supposed to leave. But if I leave at 12 latest, I should have about 8 hours of walking. So maybe I might be able to get as close to Inverness as I can, which was always the plan anyway. I was never going to actually camp in Inverness, so yeah.
Right, I'm ready to go. That's not too bad actually. I came from that way. Actually no, that's a lie. I came from up there, or one of those little moor things last night, because I lost the trail, which was quite annoying. But at least it's light now, so I can do it in the daytime. Might be able to see some views this time. I made it to Fort Augustus, where I decided to have a little rest, go in some of the pubs and have a look around, and it was rather enjoyable. Well, Fort Augustus was quite nice. It's rather pleasant, if not a bit touristy. But I've got to head out now, and I'm going to go off onto Loch Ness. So I'm on the canal, and I found a little place where someone clearly wild camped before, so I'm going to use this. I dragged this gigantic, really heavy piece of wood to use as a windbreaker for my fire. I'm going to try to use tonight, but I can't find any kind of logs, and a lot of the wood I found is slightly damp and wet. So, but I'll give it a go and see what happens. Right, so that's as best I can do. I've got my 2 tarps on my bivvy bag. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I guess I'll find out tonight because it's already starting to kind of like spit. Success. Oh, my eyes.
Good morning. It's like 5 to 6. The rain's not stopped yet. I'm waiting for it for the last couple of hours or hour, so still not shut up yet. So still waiting around. More or less dry actually. I think I've had not too bad. There's a little bit of leakage I can feel by the side of me, but more or less it's pretty much dry, which is really good.
I think one of the biggest tragedies of this whole trip has been this poor book. I've been carrying this since Cornwall, but the wet has just gotten to it and it's like mouldy now, and that sucks. I feel bad because I'm so close to the end of this book and I never got to finish it. I'm gonna have to buy it when I finish, but it's just the fact that I've been carrying it since Cornwall and it's just too wet. It's just too wet. It gets through everything, so I have to throw that away. So I'm walking along the side of Loch Ness that you can't see. The forests and the woods of the Great Glen Way began to close in on me, and it almost felt enchanted. nice little wild camp actually. If I was stopping here, this is where I'd want to stop. That's beautiful. Looks like really good shelter. Looks like this poor unfortunate house actually got massively smashed in a storm or something, because the trees have just come down on their wall. It's hard living in Scotland. Okay, so I've almost made it to Drumnodrochit now. Drumnadrochit, I don't know. And I think I've actually gone too far, because I need to find somewhere outside of the town so I can wild camp. I want to have a fire. I've just gone in, basically I'm pretty much in the town now, so I've got to go through the town, and it looks like there's a little wooded area kind of north of the town.
Drumnadrochit claims to be the home of Nessie, or the Loch Ness monster. I walked through it to get to the other side, where I could find a nice little place to camp in the forests to the north.
I've sort of tried to sort out my feet a bit. This toe is absolutely caning. I've got a nasty blister on the other one, but it's like a blister under really thick skin, so I can't even like pop it or anything. So I put some Compeed on it. I don't usually use Compeed anymore. It seems to just not work for me, I guess. It always just gets stuck to my socks, so I've like stuck it down with zinc oxide tape, and hopefully that will just not go gammy or anything. But my feet are starting to look absolutely rancid. Cena keeps saying that I should go off and get a pedicure after this. I don't think I could pay anyone enough to clean my feet. So I just had a little bit of breakfast in Drumnodrochit. It's a bit touristy for me, but I guess that's kind of to be expected since it's supposed to be the home of Nessie. So now I'm heading back to where I camped last night. I've actually left my bag there because it was like an hour, it was like a mile and a half of extra walking that I couldn't be bothered to bring my bag, so screw it. But I charged my phone, sent off a postcard, and now I'm gonna walk about 16 miles, maybe a little bit more, to Inverness, which is the halfway point of my last leg to Drumnadrochit. It's just all uphill. Top of the hill now, because this says view, and I don't think I'm going to be disappointed. Wow. I mean, the trees are in the way a bit.
I was about to get a lesson in nature's funny sense of humour.
Just shows how completely unpredictable Scottish weather can be. It's now started raining, but just over there, literally maybe about 500 meters, is blue skies and absolutely no rain. And just like that, the sun comes out again. Now it's raining again. I just want one or the other. I will walk in both. But can you stop just turning it on and switching it off, so I have to keep taking my bag off and then taking my shit off? Ah! And now it's back to sun again, within the space of about 20 minutes. I'm not going to be fooled. I'm just going to leave all this shit on. If I have to sweat my balls off, I'll sweat my balls off. And the eco cafe that Jamie was talking about in his little vlog of Land's End to Drumnadrochit, the thing that he said that he had like this massive, huge toasty or something. That's pretty cool. I feel like I've just entered into a TV show set or something.
I ordered a huge piece of cake from their off-grid home before I headed off on my way.
I have to admit I'm getting absolutely knackered now. Don't think it helps that I'm walking through another bloody moor with absolutely nothing to look at. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I've enjoyed the Great Glen Way because of the forests and stuff. I really like the forests, but it does keep opening up into like road walking and well, now moors, so there's just not a lot to see and it just makes me tired. Keep finding these perfect little camps everywhere. Keep just getting so jealous. I'm too far away because I've got a plan for tonight and how to celebrate finishing the fifth, well, how to celebrate the halfway mark of my last leg. I know exactly what I'm going to do, but it requires me finding a shop. Okay, so I just entered the forest that I plan to camp tonight. It's probably about a mile, maybe mile and a half out of Inverness. So the plan is to camp here, have a decent camp. I'm actually going to try and do my best to make it as like comfortable as I can, and then I'm going to go into town. I'm going to buy some food. I'm just going to have a little celebration because I've made 1,000 miles. So right over there, that's Inverness. So it's literally within touching distance. I'm just trying to find somewhere to camp now. So ideally it'll be around here because then I'm so close. I just have to run down there, grab some supplies and run back. I have found someone camping over there, so at least I won't be the only one. Okay, so I found a place kind of inspired by these people who are camping just down there. If I just keep going and following this pond, the pond right there, if I follow this little tiny track, it leads to an opening. It's not ideal in the sense of location because it's right next to what looks like a working road, but it's ideal in the sense that there's a lot of trees around that I can use for some sort of shelter. It's pretty secluded. I don't think anyone's going to find me there, but I don't think that really matters so much. And most importantly, it's flat. It's probably going to be comfortable. There's a lot of room that I can try and build some sort of decent fire, and I'm absolutely surrounded by firewood here, so I should be able to have a comfortable night. Looks like I've got tons of options of what I can build, maybe as a shelter and somewhere to put a fire. So I'm just going to see what I'm able to make, really. Right, so shelter's sorted. I've got some wood for the fire. Fireplace is made. It's only all simple because it's starting to get a bit dark. Those clouds don't look fucking friendly, so I'm in a bit of a time budget. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't rain and I'll be able to make my my food. So now I'm just heading into town so I can try and buy some steak and beer to celebrate fucking huge achievement I've just done. 1,000 miles. So I got my fire going, and to celebrate the fact that this is the end of the first half of the 5th leg, I decided to treat myself to a nice steak and to wash it down with some nice cold beer. And I also got some little frankfurters to go with it because I'm in the woods. Can you believe it? I have walked all the way to Scotland to the very top of the Highlands. I now have a fire, I have a shelter, which you can't see. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Well, I'm not in the middle of nowhere, I'm right next to Inverness. But I've made it. So close now. So close to the end. I'm sort of just celebrating how far I've gotten, and one person mainly comes to mind really, and that's you, Alan. You really saved me on the first day. If you hadn't have saved me on that first day, I wouldn't be here right now, so this one's for you. Thank you. I'm also celebrating with a manly feast of steak and sausages. I don't have a knife and fork, I already ditched that, so I've only got a spoon. So the only way to eat this is just by grabbing hold of it. That's pretty good actually. That is a really good steak actually for something really cheap.
I've been awake since 4 o'clock. I don't think I'm sleeping very well. I think it's because I know I'm near the end. So I'm, I don't know. I'm going to get up now and I'm going to try and get myself into town and, I don't know, have a little mooch about, even though it's 5 o'clock in the morning. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just so close to the end, I just don't want to sleep anymore. But my body is aching, like really aching. So, I could really do with a rest day, honestly, but I've only got 140 miles left. 140 miles out of like 1,000 or whatever. How many miles? I haven't even worked it out yet. How many miles I've actually walked. But I'm only less than 2 weeks until I get to John O'Groats. So I guess that's probably why I can't sleep, and I haven't been sleeping for the last couple of days. But I suppose it's time to get up.
There was a tiny remnants left of my fire, like a tiny little bit of smouldering, so I decided to relight it. So I've got a nice warm fire for the morning now. This is really, really nice. I've got a sunrise going on over there. I've got a fire here. I'm going to make a cup of tea. And then I'm going to get myself ready and go. Well, I'm pretty much more or less ready to go down into town now. So, yeah, bring on Inverness. Right, I'm out of here. 7 o'clock. Spent about 2 hours in camp, but I did have a fire. Had a cup of tea. Packed up, made sure my fire was out. Very important. Now I'm going to head into town. Try and find somewhere to charge my phone, use the internet. Probably going to leave here maybe around midday, and then I'm going to head towards Dingwall.
Inverness is the historic capital of the Highlands. It sits on the meeting point between the River Ness and the Moray Firth and has a very famous Victorian market. I spent the morning exploring the town and having a look around all the marketplaces, and then eventually found a pub where I could sit and charge my phone and have a beer.
Well, I've quite enjoyed Inverness actually. I ended up spending all day here. Just had a look around, kind of like as a rest day, because I just woke up absolutely knackered this morning. And now I'm heading to the River Ness, where I can pick up the bridge that goes over it. Now it'll take me to the Black Isle, and that'll take me pretty much north.